Welcome back again, rum lovers. We got the rum runner Fernandes Trinidad rum, 18 years. This is bottled at 67.3% alcohol, and it says the distillery is Fernandes Distillers. However, on a little research, it says that Fernandes is already defunct by the time this bottle was produced, or the rum was produced. Therefore, it's not really a Fernandes rum, it's an Angostura rum, but Angostura had bought up Fernandes and a bunch of different brands. All the defunct distilleries in Trinidad and Tobago is pretty much TDL, which is known by most people as Angostura rum, right? So here it is here. Here's the bottle in here. 18 years. I presume some of this definitely is continental aging, but it's by the A359 Spirit Purveyor Selection. I do not know much about that company. I tried to find them today, could not, but they pretty much used to buy rum and produce bottles from Trinidad and from Guyana, from what I've researched. It says the rum line is the most common way to navigate port to port. When rum came of age in the 1700s, shipping out from the Caribbean ports to the American colonies, Europe. Rum Tum pays homage to the sailors, the pirates, and the traders, and build its history, as well as today we have recognized the great spirits against the glory. Right? So if you could find them, glassrev.com and Inspire Spirits. It says Glass Revolution imports Las Vegas, but bottled in Scotland, right? But enough about those guys. We are here about the rum. So here's the rum right here. It's a bit light, and definitely that would be from continental aging. 18 years in the Caribbean would make this thing super dark unless you have a spent barrel, right? So on the nose, light orange peel, smoke, a little diesel. There's some heat on the nose, but what else can you expect at 67.3%? A little bit of vanilla, but not much. Like I'm trying to not cry because every time I inhale, I am feeling it, right? Yeah, that's about it. Let's get to the tasting. Some typical Trinidad flavors there. And heat, a little bit of dryness on the palate. You're getting that traditional, what they call that, tonka bean flavor. You're getting some smokiness. You're getting some diesel flavor from like Caroni. So this leads me to believe that they were blending in some Caronis, because this is when the Caroni was going out of business, right? This is 1999. I think Caroni was defunct like 2000, 2002. I think they might have combined some barrels on this one because, but I don't know. I don't know what, but I'm really getting, and this happens a lot. On some of these Angostura, I'm getting that similar gas note, kerosene, fuel, diesel, that flavor profile on this, and I'm getting it on a lot of different Angostura products. So, some people assume, even one of my other reviewers, he's like, hey, like these guys, he's from Trinidad, he's like, hey, these guys were blending in some Caronis on this thing, man. And I am getting that Caroni gas type flavors. Along with the traditional Trinidad tonka bean flavors. Yeah, with the sourness, a bit of fermentation flavor there. It's pretty good. So people said it's really, I saw one review, it was really amazing. And before I did this video, I took a little bit of the larger bless, right? Because guys, when I was about to buy this, other people commented and say not to get this one, to try to get the transcontinental and different things like that. I really want to let you guys know how I feel about this and compare it to at least the larger bless, which probably sold out, but I just want to give you guys my opinion comparing the two to let you guys make an informed decision, right? So let me just grab a little sample of the larger bless and wrap up this review. Okay, so got a little bit of larger bless right here. Not even a fancy glass, and man, on the nose, it's more rounded, it's more fruity. And guys, my another thing is that my bottle, it should be open probably like a couple weeks now, because I got it from Mike Hooker. Ordered it, Mike Hook picked it up for me, paid him for shipping. This is gonna take a sample. I don't know when he took the sample or not. It shipped to me, got it yesterday, drank yesterday. So it's open for at least a week, maybe more, because I ordered that thing probably a month ago, right? So it's been sitting with Mike for at least a month. I don't really sure when he opened it and took a sample from it, right? But I poured it, let it sit for like 15-20 minutes, watch the basketball game, and so let it make sure it was opened up. I think there's more complexity on the larger bless on the nose. There's more tonka bean, there's more nuttiness. There's way less Caroni kind of vibe. And that diesel flavor and stuff. I'm not really getting that here. I'm getting more nuts, more sweetness, more traditional Trinidad, not just Trinidad, but Angostura flavors on the larger bless. Compared to the rum runner, it's more dry, less complex, or less sweetness, less wrongness, and more Caroni and more what do you call it? Yeah, more Caroni, less tonka bean. So I think it's more of a blend and maybe a bit more of a lighter rum. Okay guys, so back to the rum tum. Put a few drops of water in it because the larger bless was 61.4. Rum tum is 67.3. So definitely a little bit difference in concentration as well. I think the concentration also is what's affecting it. So I add a few drops of water. Not really more flavor on the nose after the water. Maybe a little more darkness to it. Yeah, the nose isn't getting better at all. Let's get to tasting. A little bit more of the nuttiness, traditional Angostura flavors, a little bit lighter on the smokiness and the diesel flavors. But still very intense. I feel like you gotta slowly drip this thing down to lower proofs. But definitely enjoyable, definitely different from the larger bless. Somewhat simpler, not as rounded and not as intense on certain flavors. But definitely an enjoyable rum. I truly enjoyed it. I'm happy I bought it. Honestly, I felt like the first time I drank it, I was kind of disappointed. But I sipped it earlier tonight, let it sit some more, sipped it again, and I truly did enjoy the spirit. It's a bit different. As I said, not as complex as the larger bless, or not as rounded as the larger bless, but it's simply like light, direct flavors, and I did not regret it. At first, I thought I was gonna regret it. After the first taste, like, man, I don't know. But I started to appreciate what it was. I paid, I think it was like $165 for it. And then I had a discount via the Oak Cabinet Liquor Store in Austin, like 10% off or something. And pretty much with the discount and the taxes, came back to the same price of 165 after taxes. So, or 160 after taxes. So not a bad deal. But guys, this is my review of the Rhumb Fernandes Trinidad rum. I am from Trinidad and Tobago, so I am definitely happy to add this one to my collection. I have so much Jamaican rums. I always buy Jamaican rums. I also love solution rums. So I am for my patriotism, I always try to find Trinidad rums. And honestly, I really like the complex, the unique nutty flavor that's in there, that tanker bean flavor they call it. Independent bottlers from Trinidad really, to me, get a very different product from the Angostura line. And I really appreciate that because the Angostura line only goes up to like 44.7% and 67.3 is what this is bottled at. So completely different, experience, right? So guys, that is it. The Rhumb review went on a bit longer than it should have, but I gotta let you guys know all about what Trinidad has to offer. In fact, Mike Hooker gave me another sample, so I gotta do a comparison, guys. See you in the next one for the next comparison video I got in store. Peace.